Justin, hi, good to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me. So excited to chat. And we have this incredible virtual world now that we can do these kinds of things. And just really excited to meet and talk all things secrets of success and whatever you want to talk about.
Fantastic. Well, I'm really grateful that you could hop on to a call with me today. And I am hoping that many people will see our chat and hear us speaking on the different platforms. So we are recording this call today, and then we'll be able to share it widely with others. The main reason why I wanted to call you on board onto a call today, and I was so grateful that you had a moment, was to speak about not only secrets of success, but also the Think and Grow Rich Challenge, which is coming up in May 2024. Um, However, what I really want to hear first up is a little bit of your backstory and how you came to be involved with Russell Brunson as his business partner for Secrets of Success. I heard a
Well,
little interview recently
yeah.
um, with ClickFunnels, and I was so excited to hear that we seem to have come across Russell around the same time. So that's
hmm
very exciting. So I'm going to be quiet now and listen to you share with us how you
Yeah.
came to be here.
I've been in sales and marketing since I was 16, so over 30 years now. And briefly, my son developed a severe case of what's called autism, and my whole life stopped. Like you get when your health of your child, you just stop. And so all I did was focus on how to get him healthy again because he was healthy, then he wasn't. And we found the power of juicing cannabis or hemp was the missing link to help his body detoxify from all the pesticides and heavy metals that we certainly have over here in the U.S.
Mhm.
Along with other environmental toxins. And so that was my focus. It was the answer to my prayers. It took me a few years to figure it out by juicing cannabis, just like celery juice. And so our prayers were answered, and I went back to work and my other companies and doing sales and marketing, direct marketing, kind of like Dan Kennedy. And then the Farm Bill passed in 2018 in the U.S., making hemp very explicitly legal, completely legal, just like tomatoes and corn.
Mm.
And then the whole world came running to our door because they heard our story, and so we were opening up stores all over the country. We were opening up one in Dublin, Ireland, and then something happened in March of 2020, and the COVID thing, and it just we had huge lockdowns here, and I'm sure over there, and the stores, people weren't able to go outside. We had to close some of the stores. We had chiropractors that were buying our products, and they all went away. And so everything shifted online. Here in the U.S., the average American shopped 17%. Americans shopped online first before COVID, and that was already getting the groceries delivered, already getting all of the things that we do with Grubhub and Uber Eats and what have you. That number quadrupled with COVID. So we were conditioned to shop online.
Mm.
That's why you saw the huge, stock increases in Amazon and all of those kinds of things. And so, fortunately, I had been introduced to Russell with Tony Robbins. I was in Tony Robbins' world. And there's this, 12-year-old looking kid who was speaking from the heart, talking about serving those we were called to serve. And it just struck such a chord with me because we were helping so many people with so many ailments, much more than just autism, neuropathy, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, cancer, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, seeing incredible results. And so I knew that he was going to be my mentor. And so I dove into his books, into everything. And then he opened up what's called Inner Circle Mastermind in October of 2021 at Funnel Hacking Live, which is a cool live event in all over the country. And when he opened it up, I knew I had to get in the room. And so I did, and by whatever means necessary. And then about a year later, you could see that he had this passion for Napoleon Hill, and I'm kind of a connections person, kind of like a fixer. Like I ran into Perry Belcher at Fairphone Hiking Live. He goes, "You're Russell's fixer, aren't you?" I go, "Well, sure, make things happen." And so, anyways, I posted in our Facebook group for the Inner Circle that there was an auction at a billionaire's house in Hollywood Hills, and I had a ticket. And if anybody wanted to join me, come on. And about 10 seconds later, Russell chirp chirp on Voxer. He said, "What's the dates?" And so I said, "Hey, it's going on." He goes, "If you could go, that would be amazing." And so I got him everything that he didn't already own. And then I flew it out to him on my dime, on my intuition, and we became friends. Talked about our families, and then I said, "Hey, what else can I do?" And he said, "Well, it would be great if we could like have a relationship with the Napoleon Hill Foundation." For whatever reason, they weren't hitting it off. And I said, "No problem." So I jump on another plane. I fly out to Wise, Virginia, and I meet with Don Green, and I understand what his needs are. And he wants to raise money for children. He wants children to have access to these incredible, success principles. And so he said if he could raise $500,000, he could have the University of Virginia at Wise match him dollar for dollar up to $2 million. And he needed a $500,000 to hit that mark. And we knew what we wanted. We wanted access to manuscripts and typewriters and all kinds of fun stuff. And so I said, "Hey, this is what we want. This is what you want. What do you say?" And we did one of those old Southern gentleman handshakes over an iced tea. And that was it. And that was the beginning of Secrets of Success. And I had been doing that. I'm kind of the Indiana Jones of personal development artifacts. And then when Russell was ready to launch Secrets of Success, we both kind of looked at each other, and my plate was available, and he was looking for someone like me to partner with, and kind of the extrovert, the Indiana Jones style. And so it was a match made in heaven. And here we are, 6 months into the incredible journey, almost 6 months to the day, and now we're doing our biggest event to date, which is the Think and Grow Rich Challenge, which is based on the book by Napoleon Hill that sold hundreds of millions of copies and changed millions of people's lives. And we're just so excited and it's free. And you can totally find out, where Holly has a link somewhere, wherever in the show notes or in somewhere. Click on that link and go get signed up for free. There is like a VIP experience for a whopping $47 that you get recordings and access to Don Green. We're going to interview him live, and actual relatives of Napoleon Hill that met him, grandsons and things like that. And you'll also get 30 days access to the Secrets of Success membership to see all these incredible books and podcasts and newsletters. And it's just incredible. I mean, if you're someone who wants more, somewhere inside of you, there's more that I can do, more that I can give, more that I can be. I want to max out my potential. That's what Secrets of Success is about. It's for the round pegs. We call round pegs in square holes. We don't fit in society. We're not your normal 9-to-5 person. We're overachievers. We're risk takers. We're outside of the box thinkers. And if that's you, then click on that link that's down there below, and make sure that you sign up. And if it's after May 8th, which is when it starts, it might be one of those challenges that we continuously do. So click on it, even if it's 2025 or 2026, get signed up. It's a 3-day event. It'll change your life. It's only like 90 minutes a day. And you're going to be hearing from some of the greatest speakers in personal development history, biggest names out there. And we're just so excited that it's happening. We're so excited to talk about it, and that you're here to help us get the word out, Holly. It's amazing.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. It really is. I'm going to show you something here. I don't know if you recognize this book.
Think and Grow Rich.
This is one of my copies that I bought in 2007. And I was actually speaking with my brother in December 2007. He told me that I'd given him that book years before, and he'd read it about 4 times. It was one of the only books he would read. And I'm very, very excited that Russell has produced Think and Grow Rich with a foreword. And there's just so much for people to explore with this whole Secrets of Success company, all the things that you and Russell are bringing to the world. I'm very passionate about what you're doing, and hearing you mention that Don Green was very passionate about helping children, hearing your story and how this plant is making such a difference to people's lives as well. And you have helped your own child to come through the most enormous challenges. Light bulbs are going off for me really about all sorts that I've already heard you say. But I know that we have to get focused to the Think and Grow Rich challenge. And I hope
we can talk about whatever you want.
Yes, we could. I'm sure we could talk hours on all sorts of subjects. So perhaps we'll speak a number of other times. But for today, we'll come back to the Think and Grow Rich Challenge. I'm really excited because actually I've just remembered, I saw just last night, I picked this up and I looked because it's full of scribbles, this old copy of mine. And I actually wrote here in 2008, I probably shouldn't be telling everyone this, but I wrote, someone needs to write a very simple version of this philosophy to help children, teenagers, and young adults so that they can march positively into adulthood and raise the planet's mental vibrations. I wrote that.
Love it. I
Now,
love it. And that's what we're about. I mean, we have an event called Unlock the Secrets, which is for young entrepreneurs. Russell Brunson puts that on. It's here in June. Don Green is committed. Cleona O'Harris, who is the president of the Napoleon Hill Institute, she is written books. That is what this is all about, because the school system isn't teaching it to them. I wasn't exposed to these kinds of thoughts until my first real job, and I was 22 or 23, and they put us through a course. And then being able to take control of your mindset. So yeah, and not to interrupt, but I'm just, yes, we're doing it. We got to keep doing it and keep talking about how we can get this in the hands of the next generation and the next generation.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's exciting. It's very hard to focus in on one little bit because we're passionate about so much. And the timing of all of this, I actually saw a post of Russell Brunson's today, and he held up a message that asked the question, something like, do you think you were made for such a time as this? This is a very exciting time. We've got technology and we've got all sorts. I'm sitting in the UK, you're in America, and we're speaking in real time. It's absolutely amazing. We can do so much, and there is so much suffering in the world right now. And so much of that suffering is because of the way we're thinking or the environments we're in that are pulling us down, or we're being fed all sorts of very negative stuff. So it's wonderful to be in an environment where there are possibility thinkers, people who just want to make a difference in their own families' lives, in their own lives. And, you know, we might be born with everything, but it doesn't mean we keep it all. And so every day, I think, is a new day. And this challenge is for everybody, isn't it? And anyone can hop on to really lift their lives. Can you tell us about that?
Again, so this book, Think and Grow Rich, as you know, has changed your life and been instrumental with you and your brother and family. It was instrumental for me, especially even just over the last 2 or 3 years, as I've become, close friends with Don Green and read all of the other books. Like Napoleon never stopped writing. Like he would stay up. He didn't sleep much. He slept maybe 3 or 4 hours a night. And so basically for his most of his adulthood, he just wrote. Like he wrote Think and Grow. Well, Laws of Success was 1925, which was his original masterpiece that he spent 20 years interviewing 500 entrepreneurs and industrialists and royalty and presidents. And then that was his major publication. And then when the Depression hit out here in the U.S., he wrote Think and Grow Rich in 1937, which was a condensed version of Laws of Success, really focused on teaching people how to take control of their mindset and have financial independence, because the country was so down financially. And then after that, he wrote in 1938, he wrote Outwitting the Devil, which was a very powerful book. Actually, it's Russell's favorite book, and we're looking to actually license it and turn it into a TV series. And then in 1939, he wrote Outwitting the Beast, which is an unpublished manuscript that was actually showing how Adolf Hitler versus someone like Jesus, how they used the principles, and why Adolf Hitler's ultimately failed was because he wasn't using two of the principles. Which was, like reciprocity and obviously, doing good and positivity. Whereas, and he documents and we'll be showing how when you follow all these principles, there was in the original one, it's Father Divine, but I think we might sub out Jesus Christ, just to show like why he was so successful versus Adolf Hitler wasn't, because he didn't follow all of the rules. anyway, so Napoleon wrote
we're,
all of
we're,
this incredible stuff,
we're
and the
talking
Think and
about,
Grow. Yeah,
sorry, we're talking about
yeah,
very different people.
yeah. Yeah. But the point is that these principles that started in Laws of Success are the same principles that are in Think and Grow Rich. And Think and Grow Rich, I forget what the original name was. Maybe you remember. Was it Noodle My Caboodle? There was some wild, crazy, funny name that they were originally going to call it, but they came up with Think and Grow Rich, the publishers. And Napoleon later on said he regretted the name because it's so much more than just becoming rich.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's you want a healthy relationship, or you want better health, or you want better finances, or you want a better spirituality, or better family life, whatever it is that you want, this book will show you the steps to get there. So it doesn't just have to be about rich, and so it can be Think and Grow Wealthy, Think and Grow Healthy. These are the things that it will help you achieve, because many of us that have had financial success, there's good things that come with that, but it's not total fulfillment, right? If your family life is a wreck, if your health's a wreck, if your spirituality is a wreck, all the money in the world isn't going to overcome that. And so the Think and Grow Rich challenge is really, that's why it's for anybody. So whatever it is that major, like if you had to pick one thing, one area of life that maybe you're a 3 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10, and you really want to get to a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, that's what this Think and Grow Rich challenge is about. We're going to go through 6 or 7 of the principles that we feel are the most powerful. It's going to be short and sweet, maybe 90 minutes a day, from big time speakers. And if you go and check out the link down there below, you can see all the speakers that are going to be there. And it's going to change people's lives. And the book has changed my life. It's changed your life. It's changed millions of people's lives. It's changed Elon Musk's. It's changed Oprah Winfrey's. It's changed Warren Buffett's, Jim Carrey. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. This book is the definitive personal development book, sold hundreds of millions of copies, and we're going to deep dive on it. One of the greatest things that Russell Brunson brings to the table is he's a curator. He's the greatest curator of marketing that I've ever seen. And now he's becoming the greatest, if he isn't already, the greatest curator of personal development, with acquiring over 15,000 books in the 60,000 square foot library that we're building. And so he's going to comb through 15,000 books for you. You don't have to read them and listen to them on 4X like he does. And then he's going to pull out the nuggets, 1 nugget, 2 nuggets, and then go deep on those principles. He's writing a book in real time. Selling over 1 million copies is the goal. Secrets of Success is the name of the book, working title. So again, if this excites you, if this lights you up, you need to go check out that link. Join us, hopefully you can join us live on May 8th. But like I said, maybe we'll be doing this on a continuous basis, so you can still sign up and have access to these insights, these books, these philosophies, these teachers, and maybe a community that just surrounding yourself with people that are can do, or like in the improv world, it's yes and just being around positive people that want to lift each other up is so important. Because as we all know, you are the expectations, you are the people, the 5 people that you hang around with the most, just like Jim Rohn says, is true. And so if you're hanging around people that are pulling you down, that are trying to keep you down, and maybe they're not even consciously aware of it, because maybe they're afraid if you become a better version of yourself, you'll leave them behind, or they're afraid that if you go out and try something and you fail, it will hurt. So they don't want you to be hurt. So again, you just have to make sure that even if it's out of best intentions, that you're surrounding people that literally lift up your vibe. So when someone walks into a room, and we all know who's the person that we call when something great happens in our life, you need 5 of those, not just one, to be hanging around with the most. And I'm not saying get rid of all of your other friends and family, but I'm just saying you are who you hang out with. And you don't want to be the biggest fish in the pond either. You want to make sure that you're stretching yourself, whether it's emotionally or intelligently or spiritually or financially. You need to surround yourself with people that are thinking bigger. And that's what this Think and Grow Rich challenge will teach you.
Fantastic. And I'm just imagining who might really want to attend. And I can see business people wanting to be there. I can see um, parents gathering their families round. It's going to be the live challenge is going to be late afternoon in the UK. So I know it'll be morning for you. But I can just see groups of people gathering and watching together, doing the challenge together. how do you envisage it taking place?
Well, I think that's a great insight because I remember Tony Robbins, who's, he's the modern day king of personal development. And
Mhm,
he was a mentor of mine. He was a
mm,
mentor of Russell.
mm,
He's actually included in the Secrets of Success membership site as well.
mhm,
Is when COVID hit, because he had always done live events like 10,000, 15,000 people. And if you get a chance, go check out Tony. It's like seeing, Mick Jagger and the Stones live. It's a great fun time. And so I was fortunate enough to see one of his live events before COVID. And then when COVID hit, he was like, "What do I do? I want to have this immersion event." Like, and then Dean Graziosi, his partner and CEO, was like, "Well, there's this, like, we can do a Zoom event. We can have these big video screens and all this kind of stuff." And Tony's like, "No way, not going to do it. Like, it won't be the same. I won't have their focus and all these kinds of things." And so eventually they convinced Tony. And the cool thing that happened from doing that was he could see the screens and he could see entire families
mhm,
huddled
mhm,
around the computer,
mhm,
moms and dads and daughters and sons,
mhm,
and he could see the impact. So now instead of cramming 15,000 people into a stadium,
mhm.
he could have 50,000 people, 75,000 people, and take that number times three because you've got a spouse or children or grandparents or cousins that are watching this, that are having exposing themselves to this. And so that's what I envision with the Think Grow Rich Challenge. Our goal is to get 100,000 member or 100,000 people to sign up. And
Right.
so hopefully we can have 50,000, 75,000, and we need your help.
Mm,
Trust your instincts. If you think it's something to check out, check it out.
mm,
I can't encourage you more than, I mean, I talk to a lot of parents, especially dealing with health issues, with, the 101 Hemp organization, but just in general, like, we should all trust our instincts, whether these are the whispers from God or the universe or however you want to define it, the intuition. And if your intuition is saying, "Gosh, this sounds really exciting," and no matter how many times you've gotten your hopes built up and dashed down, it's just a stepping stone in the process. And so there is a great person out there for you that's going to guide you. And if you've been looking to get more out of your life, I promise you,
mm.
Think and Grow Rich Challenge is going to change your life. If you're ready for the change, click on the link and join us.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Justin. That is an amazing roundup for us. Um, I know you've got a number of other people to speak to, and I know that our time together is limited today. I hope we can speak again soon. But for now, I am going to get the word out to all those I possibly can reach to let them know about the Think and Grow Rich Challenge, hosted by Secrets of Success, of whom you are one of the business owners with Russell Brunson, and it's an absolute pleasure to be working with you both and your whole team and to be part of that community. I love it. So I will certainly be sharing this far and wide, and everyone, the link will be below or wherever you find this video or the audio.
Absolutely.
This could be on the podcast as well.
Wonderful. Well, I just want to, congratulate you on taking action. And I know it can sometimes be nerve wracking, but usually through the obstacle is the way, and through the fear and overcoming the fear, because we all have fear and anxiety. And it's a funny, uh, there was something I learned. It was also from Tony. I think it was Bruce Springsteen and Melissa Etheridge, and they were both going to the same therapist about, going on stage. And Melissa Etheridge was saying, before I go on stage, my palms get sweaty, my heart rate goes up, my mouth gets dry. And she goes, I'm so afraid and anxious. And I think I have stage fright. I don't know if I can keep doing this. And then Bruce Springsteen was talking at a later session to the same therapist and saying, right before I go on stage, my heart rate goes up, my mouth gets dry, my palms get sweaty. So it means I know I'm ready. Like, I'm
Yes.
ready. I'm excited. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm pushing the envelope. Like, this is, pressure is a privilege.
Oh,
And so again, it's just how you look at it. Faith over fear. And
mhm.
I wanted to congratulate you for taking action. And I know it was, maybe a little nerve wracking, but that's just like going to the gym and stretching your muscles and building your muscles up, and keep walking directly into the fire, or go into the fear and overcome it with faith.
Faith over fear. That's a brilliant, brilliant word to leave it on, actually. Faith over fear is something that I am practicing a lot of. So thank you, Justin. It's been amazing, and we'll chat again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye for
Bye-bye.
now.